The ocean stretched endlessly in every direction, wrapped in a thin veil of silver mist. The horizon was invisible, swallowed by the calm Atlantic air. Out of that soft fog, a shape slowly began to emerge, sleek, futuristic, and silent. It was the Atlantic Mist 2026, a luxury houseboat unlike any other, its surface gleaming with the reflection of a distant sun trying to break through the clouds. The hum of the engines was low, almost tender. Inside, everything was calm. Golden light filtered through the mist and danced on the marble floors. The lounge was a masterpiece of elegance. Panoramic glass walls, cream leather seats, soft ambient lighting that seemed to glow like candlelight. There was no sound except the quiet rhythm of the ocean kissing the sides of the vessel. A woman stood near the window, gazing at the fog. Her reflection merged with the mist outside. She whispered, "It feels like we're floating between worlds." Behind her, a man poured coffee into 2 cups, the aroma filling the air. "Maybe we are," he replied softly, handing her a cup. Their fingers touched for a moment, warm against the cold air. They both smiled, silent again. The boat drifted through the morning fog. From above, it looked like a silver streak slicing through a cloud. The water below reflected the vessel so perfectly that it seemed there were 2 boats, one above the world, one beneath it. As the sun climbed higher, the mist began to fade, revealing a deep blue horizon stretching endlessly. Hours passed. The boat glided effortlessly, its AI navigation adjusting every movement with precision. The man, named Adrian, stood at the control room, surrounded by holographic panels displaying maps, data, and wind currents. His fingers moved through light. The system responded instantly, a blue glow tracing every gesture. Behind him, the woman, Lila, entered quietly. "You never get tired of this view," she said. Adrian smiled without turning. "It's the only place where time feels still." Lila walked closer, looking at the shifting waves on the screen. "Do you ever think about what's out there, beyond the line where sky meets sea?" He turned to her, his eyes calm. "Maybe that's why we keep sailing. To find what can't be seen." They shared a long, quiet look before she leaned over and kissed his cheek. The moment lingered, framed by the hum of the engines and the glow of ocean light. As day turned to evening, the world around them transformed. The sky burned orange, fading to crimson, then to a deep purple. The Atlantic Mist 2026 looked alive, its silver frame reflecting every shade of the sunset. The couple sat on the deck, wrapped in blankets, watching the sky melt into the water. Lila leaned her head on Adrian's shoulder. "We've seen so many sunsets," she murmured. "Each one feels different," he replied. "But this one feels like it's waiting for something." She smiled. "Maybe us." The camera circled them slowly, capturing the glow of their faces, the flicker of the waves, the reflection of the dying sun on their skin. A gull flew past, its wings slicing the last beam of light before it disappeared into the darkening horizon. Night fell gently. The boat's lights turned on, soft blue strips running along its edges, glowing like constellations. The sea became a mirror, reflecting the stars and the vessel as one endless dream. Inside, dinner was set, crystal glasses, silver cutlery, and candles that flickered with the rhythm of the waves. They sat facing each other at the table. Outside, the world was silver and quiet. Adrian raised his glass. "To silence, the kind only the ocean understands." Lila clinked her glass against his. "And to finding peace in places that don't exist on maps." As they drank, the camera panned around the room, showing reflections in the glass walls, the faint shimmer of stars outside, and the way candlelight turned everything into gold. The ocean hummed softly, as if listening. Hours later, Lila stood alone on the deck. The moonlight was cold, the mist rising again from the water. The glow from the boat's lights made her hair shine silver. She whispered into the night, "Do you think the sea remembers us?" Adrian appeared behind her. "The sea remembers everything," he said. "It holds every whisper, every goodbye." They stood there together, watching the mist roll in, until their shapes became part of the fog itself. Morning came with a golden blaze. The fog was gone. Ahead of them stretched turquoise water, clear, bright, alive. They had reached an untouched island, small and lush, surrounded by coral reefs glowing under the surface. The boat anchored itself automatically. Adrian stepped out first, barefoot, feeling the warmth of the deck. Lila followed, her eyes wide with wonder. They took the small hover raft to shore, the sound of water parting beneath them. The island was paradise. Soft white sand, green palms bending over the beach, the scent of salt and flowers. They walked together, laughing, their footprints marking the untouched sand. Later, as the sun began to dip, they returned to the boat. The Atlantic Mist 2026 gleamed like a living thing, its curves reflecting the fiery sky. The two sat again on the upper deck, the golden light washing over them. "This feels like forever," Lila said softly. "I don't want to go back." Adrian looked at her. "Then let's not. Maybe forever is just choosing to stay." Their fingers intertwined. The camera pulled back, showing the boat glowing under the sky, waves turning to liquid fire as the sun disappeared. Night fell again, and this time the rain came, soft at first, then heavier. The droplets danced on the surface of the sea and raced down the windows. Inside, everything felt warmer. Lila sat by the glass, tracing the raindrops with her fingers. Adrian joined her, handing her a blanket. "Every storm ends," he said. She smiled. "I know, but this one sounds like it's singing." Lightning flashed far away, briefly lighting the mist. For a moment, their reflections appeared on the window, two figures surrounded by light and shadow. The camera lingered, then slowly faded into the sound of rain. Underwater, the propellers glowed faintly blue. Fish moved around the light, curious, weightless. The hum of the engines blended with the whisper of the sea. The Atlantic Mist 2026 became a part of the deep, its reflection merging with the dark ocean floor. The underwater lights flickered softly, like the heartbeat of a sleeping creature. The next morning, they celebrated, champagne poured in slow motion, bubbles catching the sunlight. They laughed together, the sound bright and effortless. The camera captured the small moments, his hand brushing her hair aside, her eyes sparkling as she leaned closer. "To the Atlantic," he said, raising his glass. "To every mist that hides a miracle." The final voyage began at dawn. The sky was on fire with color, orange, pink, gold. The boat sailed forward, cutting through calm water like a blade of light. Lila stood on the bow, her hair moving with the wind. Adrian joined her, and together they watched the sun rise, painting the world new again. A voiceover began, deep, calm, poetic. "Beyond every mist lies a horizon unseen. And beyond that horizon, dreams that never end. Some journeys are not about reaching a place, but about finding the parts of ourselves we lost along the way." The camera rose higher. The boat became smaller against the massive sea, until it was just a glimmer of silver in the distance. The ocean sparkled endlessly, reflecting the new day. The screen faded slowly to black, and the words appeared. Atlantic Mist 2026, the journey beyond horizon. Then silence. Only the soft sound of waves remained, eternal, infinite, and pure.